Have you ever heard of the woman whose cells live on, decades after her death, saving countless lives? This is the incredible and deeply troubling story of Henrietta Lacks. In the early 1950s, a young mother of 5 named Henrietta Lacks walked into Johns Hopkins Hospital. She was a vibrant African-American tobacco farmer from Virginia, but she was worried about a knot in her womb. Doctors diagnosed her with an extremely aggressive form of cervical cancer. As part of her treatment, a surgeon took a small sample of her tumor. But here's the thing, they did it without her knowledge and without her consent. No one could have imagined that this single act would change the future of medicine forever. Back in the lab of Dr. George Gay, something miraculous happened. At the time, scientists struggled to keep human cells alive outside the body for more than a few days. But Henrietta's cells were different. They didn't die. Instead, they doubled every 24 hours, multiplying endlessly. They were, for all intents and purposes, immortal. They were given a simple code name, HeLa, taken from the first 2 letters of her first and last names. For the first time, scientists had a continuous and reliable supply of human cells to study. The impact was immediate and revolutionary. HeLa cells became the workhorse of medical research. They were instrumental in developing the polio vaccine, which has saved millions from paralysis and death. They've been used to understand cancer, map our genes, and develop in vitro fertilization. HeLa cells even went to space to test the effects of zero gravity on human biology, from HIV and HPV to the recent COVID-19 pandemic. Research using HeLa cells has been vital in developing treatments and vaccines. There are literally more of her cells alive today than were ever in her own body, all descended from that one sample. But behind this story of scientific triumph is a profound ethical failure. Henrietta Lacks never knew what happened to her cells. She passed away just a few months after her diagnosis, unaware of her own immortality. For more than 20 years, her family also had no idea. They lived in poverty, often unable to afford the very healthcare that Henrietta's cells were helping to advance. Meanwhile, her cells were being bought and sold, fueling a multi-billion-dollar industry. The woman behind this medical miracle was erased, her identity hidden behind the simple name HeLa. It wasn't until the 1970s that the truth began to emerge. Thanks to journalists and researchers who pieced the story together. The book, The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks by Rebecca Skloot, finally brought her story and her humanity to the world. Henrietta's case forced a global conversation about patient rights, informed consent, and the ethics of medical research. It highlighted the deep racial inequities that have long existed in the medical system. In recent years, Henrietta Lacks has finally started to receive the recognition she deserves. Her family has fought tirelessly to ensure her legacy is honored, advocating for ethical practices and for their role in decisions about how HeLa cells are used. In 2021, the World Health Organization posthumously honored Henrietta, acknowledging the global injustice and celebrating her world-changing contribution. Henrietta was a real person. She loved to dance, she painted her nails bright red, and she adored her children. She never chose to be a scientific icon, but her legacy is a powerful reminder that behind every sample, every data point, and every medical breakthrough, there is a human story. A story that deserves to be told with dignity, respect, and truth. Thank you for watching and learning about the incredible life and legacy of Henrietta Lacks. If you found this story as moving as we do, please like this video and subscribe for more stories that changed our world. See you next time.